Hi there, and thanks for joining this special edition of the CEO's blog where we're talking about the national rating system. John, it's all in place now.
Well, it is in place, so what I urge trainers and owners to do is look at the race fields commencing from today, and they can see what their rating would be under the system. And during the next couple of months, they'll be able to follow that all the way through. So that'll give them a bit of a feel of what the rating system has done. I've had reviewed them this morning, and it's very interesting. Most of the horses are within a pretty close band of the rating system. So that
New South Wales.
in New South Wales, yeah. So it's basically shadowing the class system, and we'll use the class system for the next 2 months before it becomes live on July 1. But this assists us all as administrators, as handicappers, as participants to see what this system does. So I strongly urge everybody, all stakeholders, to have a look at the system so they get a feel of it before we go live on July 1.
Yeah, so I worded it wrong at the start there as not the actual handicapping systems being taken into place. You can just see the horse's actual rating.
Yeah, and it's just, they're easy to find. Look at the fields. It says NR, and it's over alongside of what your assessment is as it currently stands.
Class assessment. Okay, John, and what other updates do you have for participants regarding this?
Well, I say it's very, very important that stable returns are lodged. The rules have been in place for a long time. When a horse leaves your stable, you should take a stable return to say it's left. But when a horse enters your stable, the day, within 48 hours at the worst, that those horses enter your stable, whether they be unnamed yearlings, 2-year-olds, you must lodge a stable return. It caused a lot of angst because there are rules. It caused a lot of angst when horses won't be accepted into the system unless that stable return is in there. And when I say into the system, that's the nomination system. They will be put straight in the system, but it's a 28-day cooling off period. Now, most horses will take 28 days or longer to bring up to the nomination stage, but it is important that it is quite permissible to be clear. Horse moving from one stable to another is stable returned out and stable returned back in straight away. So that is a continuous stable return. The 28-day rule doesn't come into place there.
Yeah, so are they finding more problems maybe perhaps with younger horses coming into the system? Is that where...
Well, it's really about, there's several factors. It's knowing where these horses are to help us with programming, but it's getting, well, it's always been bigger than that. It's about biosecurity, traceability of horses. We live in a different era than what we did 5 years ago or 10 years ago. So it's knowing where these horses are for a vast range of reasons, but it certainly helps handicappers and programmers with knowing where to put these races on, and it will be particularly important once we enter this rating system so that we can actually program races in a small space of time. In some circumstances it may be that we can put races on. So trainers, I urge you, please put in your stable returns. Harness Racing New South Wales had an amnesty on those trainers who hadn't put them in, even though we'd sent out sufficient reminders. That amnesty closed yesterday, so please put them in when the horses enter your stables.
Okay, so national rating system kicks off July 1, but as of May the 1st, you can see the horses' rating beside their name in the fields.
Correct, Amanda.
All right, do you have anything else for us?
Only don't forget those stable returns.
All right, there you go. Thanks for your time, John.
Thank you, Amanda.